Having the Ding Darling exhibit here at the Ward Museum is very exciting. Times are different that Darling was working. It's still very alive and present in contemporary society.
I'm very interested in knowing him as the artist. And I like the corner over here because we have a lot of his materials that we can look at, and I think it makes him more accessible to me as a human being.
People have no idea how much Ding Darling's touched their lives. You know, he has had his hands in so much legislature and so much of the conservation movement.
When I think about why we brought in the Ding Darling exhibit, why we're doing this conservation showcase tonight, it's the power of art, the environment, networking, and that harmony that comes together with bringing all these voices together and having a space and a place that you can actually talk about the issues of the day, reflect on the history of what's going on in our country and our surrounding communities, and then have a plan of action for how to make a difference.
Sam was one of the first people I talked to about the exhibit when I started working here back in the beginning of May, and his enthusiasm and passion for the legacy of Ding Darling was infectious.
I hope that you take away a part of this legacy with you and pass it on to young people. We need young people carrying this torch. It's a great legacy of logic and standard. And one thing I've learned in reading this story and with the traveling exhibit is that Americans do have a passion for standard, and they want conservation. Through this legacy, I have encountered some of the best people that this planet has to offer.
The Work Foundation for Wildfowl Art is focused on art and nature and culture. Probably the most important thing is the tie between what Mr. Darling brings in terms of those three aspects to the region.
I came because I wanted to see it was the same Ding Darling that I had remembered from Iowa. And sure enough, here we are, and it is it. I delivered the Des Moines Register and Tribune to the local community of Centerville, and Ding's picture, the cartoons were in it frequently.
Well, I think Ding Darling is a natural fit for kids. I think the cartoons is something, my kid loves cartoons, and it's a great way for kids to access nature conservation.
I worked for the National Wildlife Federation for 10 years, and I worked in the art department, and I knew then, of course, that Ding Darling started the organization.
What caught my attention primarily with the exhibit was the portion dealing with the fisheries and wildlife cooperative research units that are associated with land-grant universities. I would like the public to get an understanding of where we came from as far as wildlife conservation and the advances that we still need to make in wildlife conservation.
I work for the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. I'm in the duck stamp office, the federal duck stamp office. This program is over 20 years old, and it has seen a whole generation of students that knew nothing about wetlands, nothing about waterfowl. It's been an opportunity for them to get out, get dirty, have fun, learn something new, and explore it in a way that they might not otherwise have had the opportunity to do so.
I had been to the Ding Darling Refuge, but I really didn't know anything about him. And when I saw the opportunity existed to learn more about him and see his work, which I never knew existed, I was thrilled to death, and it surpassed my expectations. It's a wonderful exhibit. You've done a great job.
I would hope that Ding Darling would see that there's hope for our nation. I think that he would want to know that he has inspired people to take action and to really appreciate and learn about their country's resources.